Hey everybody, how you doing? Today we've got a total body band workout we're going to do for you today. Alright, so great thing about bands are, one, they're versatile, right? You can do a lot of different things with these that you're going to see today. We're going to do a handful of strength exercises with this, some core exercises, but you're not limited to the exercises you're doing today. And you can also do stretching with these too. So again, they're great pieces of equipment. They're versatile. They're affordable, right? You can go to any website, any sporting goods store. You can get these anywhere. You can get different tensions, right? Different resistance levels. And they travel, right? So you don't have a gym membership. You're going on the road, you're going on vacation, you still want to be able to get your workout in, but you don't have access to dumbbells and weights and a gym. Just get yourself some bands, all right? That's all you need to do. So first thing is, if you can, it's always good to have some options, so some different resistant levels. We've got a thinner band, medium-sized band, and a heavier band, and basically you can just tell the difference just by the thickness of it, right? The thicker the band, the heavier the resistance, the thinner the band, the lighter resistance. Now there's also some things you can do with those bands to increase the resistance that you'll see throughout the workout, all right? But that's something to keep in note. And then the other thing is too is before you start your workouts and even throughout your workouts when you're using bands, just make sure, right, pull that band, look at it, make sure there's no tears and rips. You want to keep yourself safe. If you're starting to see a tear and rip in there, you want to get rid of that band and get something new. You just don't want it to snap in the middle of a workout, all right? It does sting a little bit. Okay, so that's what you're going to need for today. Today's workout, so get your bands. We're going to do one round of all the exercises. So we've got a little core block we're going to do with the mini band, and then we've got a little strength block of 5 exercises we're going to do with the heavier bands. So for today, we're just going to go through one round of each, but at home, you can do as many rounds as you want. You can do 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We're going to do 15 reps on our core exercises, 10 reps on our strength exercises, but again, you can change that up to make it a little bit more of your own customizable program at home. You can add more reps to it, right? So if the tension on the band isn't enough for you, instead of doing 10 reps, go to 12, go to 15, or you can add in some tempos, like some eccentric tempos, some isometric tempos. So those are some easy ways to even just take the basis of this workout and customize it to your own individual needs, all right? So here we go, let's get started. We're gonna start with our core block on our total body band workout. Let me just lay my bands down. All right, we've got Resh over here helping us out. Mini band on around the bottom of both knees. We've got 4 exercises in this block. We're gonna go side plank hip abduction for 15 reps on each side, supine hip flexion for 15 on each side, some quadruped hip circles, 15 each side, and shoulder taps for, you got it, 15 on each side. All right, so let's start in that side plank position. So I'm gonna go bottom knee bent, top leg is straight. So I'm driving through my shin, my foot, and my knee. My elbow is posted under my shoulder, chest up, good posture. Lift those hips up. Now I wanna try to lead with that heel up till about that leg is parallel to the ground. Back down, just tap my toe to the ground, and repeat 15 times, all right? So again, here, good posture. Lead with that heel, right? I don't want to open that toe up and make it more hip flexor. I want to lead with that heel and make sure I'm focusing on that glute. Nice controlled tempos. Good posture. 12, so we're going to do 3 more. 3, 2, last one. Good, we're going to switch it up here. Flip right over to the other side. Repeat the same movement. So my bottom knee is bent, that knee is in line with my hip. My chest is up, my shoulder is back. Nice controlled tempo. I'm leading with my heel, so my toe should not be pointing to the ceiling. Nice controlled movements. Now again, there's no tempo here, but you can always add that in, right? Try to get that leg parallel. I got one more. Good. All right, so that's our side plank with hip abduction. And now we're gonna go supine hip flexion. So I'm gonna lay flat on my back. Resh, you still got a couple more over there. You good there?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna lay flat. A couple things here. Low back, Push those ribs down, tighten up your abs, keep that back flat to the ground so there's no space. All right, pull those toes back to the shins. And then from here, I'm gonna just lift my leg up to about 45, back down, just tap my heel to the ground, and repeat 15 on the right, 15 on the left. Up, tap, right back down. Good. Again, nice controlled movements. No tempo here. Just good work. Keep everything lined up. Ankle, knee, hips lined up. Toes pulled back to my shin. My low back is flat to the ground. One more. Good. Switch it up, left leg. Two. Bring that leg up to about 45. Push that back flat to the ground. Flex that toe back. Nice controlled tempo. Keep both toes pulled back there. Last one. And done. Good. All right. Now we're going to flip it over here. We're going to go in our quadruped position. So we've got hands lined up under the shoulders, knees lined up under the hips, flat back, neutral spine alignment, and we're gonna go hip circles. Now, you can make the circle as big as you can, all right, as big as you want, but keep the hips squared up to the ground. So we don't want those hips opening up to the side there. All right, so my knee and my foot come off the ground, and I'm making a circle here with my knee, but notice how I'm keeping my hips square to the ground. So my knee is circling back where I'm going clockwise, keeping my knee and toe off the ground. Chin is tucked down, so I've got that neutral spine alignment. Good. Now I'm going to flip to the other side here. Get 15 on the other side. So toes are tucked under, 4-point position. Nice controlled circles. Hips stay squared up. Take that circle as big as you can, keeping that hip squared up to the ground. Good. All right. Now from here, we're going to go last exercise in that block. We're going to go shoulder taps. So we're going to keep the band on for this exercise. You want to get those feet out wide. So the feet should be wider than hip width. So for me, I'm going to use the mat. So I'm going to go parallel with the mat. I'm going to go feet off the mat. So my feet are wide, driving the knees out against the band. I'm going to bring my hands inside the mat so they're narrow. All right, and what that's going to do is that's just going to help give me a strong base. So as I do my shoulder tap, my hips are staying squared up. All right, so I'm in a push-up position here. Getting those hands, wrists are under the shoulders, back is flat, my hips stay squared up, and I'm gonna go 15 taps on the left arm, and then 15 taps on the right arm. So here we go, 2, 3. Now the whole time I do this, I'm trying to keep my shoulders squared up, my hips squared up, core tight. And watch me go do these 2 things, right? Nice controlled tempo. Make sure you keep driving those knees out against that band. Feet straight up. Good. One more here. And we're switching sides. And you go right into that other side. Core's tight. Knees are out. Hips are squared up. Shoulders are squared up. Down to 4-point position, up to the 3-point position. So that body is still. The only thing that should be moving is that arm. All right, so there is your core part of this workout, all right? And again, so for today we're going through 1 round, following through at home. Get as many rounds in as you can or as you want, right? So if you have more time, get some more rounds in. If you're short on time, just get 1 in, right? At least get something in. So, as we move on to the strength block, we're gonna keep our mini band on. So we're gonna use that when we get to our squats. First exercise we're gonna do is curl and press, then we're gonna do band squats, push-ups, bent over rows, and lunges. So we got 5 exercises there. Each exercise we're gonna do for 10 reps, all right? Now with the curl and press, we talked about this before, where there's ways to increase the resistance of the band. So depending on what thickness band you have at home, might depend on how you make your adjustments. So you can just as easy step on here. The band always wraps under the arch of the foot, so make sure we have a good grip on the band with our foot. So I can start with 1 foot on, or I can always switch to 2 feet, right? So if you want to add more resistance, go 2 feet. If you want to go a little less resistance, go 1 foot. And again, this all just depends on the thickness of the band, all right? So here we go. Stepping on that band, grab, and now we're going to do 10 curl press. So we're going to curl, elbows inside, press all the way up. Stay in your athletic stance. So watch those ribs popping up and arching on that low back. So you want to keep the core engaged. Slight bend in the hips and knees. Nice controlled movements. So press up, and with the band, it's easy to let that band just rip those arms down. After that press, bring it down under control. So it's not quite an eccentric tempo on the way down, but it's just under control. Last one. Good. All right. Now we're going to go band squats. Now there's 2 ways you can do this. All right. We're going to come over here to Resh first, and we're going to show you the first way. So again, in terms of resistance, you can step 2 feet on, or you can step with 1 foot on, right? Now you can do a front grip hold, which for Resh might be favorable so that it doesn't catch on the back of her hair, right? And we're holding here, driving the knees out against the band, and we're just doing our 10 squats. Now I'm gonna take this band, and I'm gonna put it around the back of my neck here. So the other way is taking the band here, placing it around the back of our neck. We're going to grab that band, pull down so there's some slack, step on there with the arch of the foot over the band with 2 feet, and now the band is resisted around the back of my neck. Knees are inside, and I'm just driving out. So depending on what your preference is, there's 2 different ways to set that band up for squats. One more, and 10. And then just make sure, once we're done here, I'm gonna hold that band with my hand as I take 1 foot out, pull down, get some slack, and then away. It's important you hold that band when you're taking the feet off of the band so that it doesn't just snap up at you, all right? So we can put that band down. Now from here, we can take this mini band off. We're gonna transition into an upper body exercise, and we're gonna do banded push-ups. So again, with that, you can use whatever tension band you want. So I'm gonna show you a couple more options here that you can do for this workout. So the first is, Resh is gonna demonstrate. So we're gonna have her bring that band in the front here again real quick. All right, so as far as positioning, so notice, right, band wraps around the back of the hand, under the palm here a little bit, all right? Then she's gonna bring it around her back, and that's going around her mid-back, just at the bottom of her shoulder blades. Now, if you're someone who's not great with push-ups, but you wanna get your push-up strength up, this is a great way to do it because you can do banded push-ups from the assisted push-up position. So go ahead. Resh is gonna get started here. Right, so here from the assisted push-up position, you can see her doing the banded. All right, and then the other is, so depending on what bands you have at home, resistance-wise, you can always combine bands. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take my medium-sized band, my small-sized band, put them together, and use them together. All right, so depending on what you have access to, maybe you can't get a heavier sized band, you can only get a medium and a small. So you can always combine your bands together to increase the resistance. Right, so I take it here, place around my back, elbows are between the bands, And then from there, I'm just doing my normal push-ups. And we're doing 10 of these. So that's 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good. All right, so there's our push-ups. Now from there, we're gonna go bent over rows. All right, so bent over rows. Again, take whatever size band you want here. You're gonna step on that band with the arch of your foot. All right, and we're gonna hinge out into our RDL position. Now here, you can always, to increase the resistance, instead of starting with the hand up high on the band, just choke up to a lower position and increase that resistance, all right? Now from here, we're gonna do 10, chest up, back flat, row up, pinch those shoulder blades, back down, relax, repeat. It's 2, 3, 4, all right? And then, so to point out a couple things, again, so good job here, hinging at the hips, slight bend in the knees, but we're in a static position. Back is flat, it's not moving. We're just rowing the arms, hands up to the shoulders, pinching the shoulder blades, neutral spine alignment, right? So that's perfect, that's exactly what we want on that band row. This is why we bring Rush in on the videos here, because she's just crushing these exercises. All right, now for the last exercise in this band workout, we're gonna go lunges. We're gonna go 10 on each leg, all right? And again, just like you did with the squat, we have a different variations on how you can hold the band, right? And really that's just to find out which one is most comfortable for you. So we're gonna go over to Resh here for the first position. So she's gonna take that band, you see how it wraps around the front of her shoulder. She's gonna bring it around her low back, pull down, step into it, right? And then from here, she's going to go 10 lunges on the right leg. Yep, and she moves that band to the outside of the leg there. That's a good job. So good lunge position, shoulders back, good alignment. And she's gonna get 10 on each leg there. So when she's done, she's gonna hold that band, step out of it, and reposition it on the other side. Now the other thing you can do here, which I'll show you, is just like we did on the squats. I'm gonna take this band, I'm gonna wrap it around the back of my neck, I'm gonna pull down on the band to give me some slack, step in with my foot, so the arch of my foot is right over the band. I'm gonna step back here, my knee comes in between the two bands, and I'm just gonna do my lunges there. So I'm gonna do 10 on this leg. So there is 2 different positions you can do for the lunge, and you just find whichever one is most comfortable for you. Good, and then when you're done, bring that leg up, pull down on the band to take some of that tension off, step your foot out, and then bring the band overhead. All right, and there you have it. So again, get your bands, check your bands before you start. Ideally, grab a couple different tensions, but even if you only have one, as we showed you, there's a couple different ways you can modify your exercises to change the resistance of the bands. All right, so take that workout, do as many rounds, change up the reps, customize it, make it your workout. Go have a great workout. Thanks a lot.